one has to sit and ponder why they try so hard to get you to vote for someone who has already been selected to be your leader and overlord for your country. Especially here in the US, I keep getting all these texts, all these ads. Everyone who has some sort of platform is telling me and you how important it is to vote, how important it is to exercise your free will in deciding the outcome of the selection, or as they call the election. And you have to sit and wonder, why? If these people are just actors with a predetermined script on what they're going to do from the people who are actually in control, and they answer to the entities who are in control, why do they want you to so badly cast your vote when it means nothing? Voting is like taking a vow. You're vowing to put your time and energy into this higher being, so to say, with a higher status and a higher order in an office that gets to dictate to you how you're going to live the rest of your life for these 4 years. How you're going to go about in this society. And there's an opposing side, by design, who is going to war with the one who is in office. And it's just a back and forth, like a football game. And here we are with our team colors, shouting and raving. When one makes a touchdown, we scream with joy and the other one boos. And then the other team scores and they scream with joy and the other team boos. And it's just a back and forth, leading to the same destination of complete and utter control of human consciousness and perception, while the whole way they're making you think that it was your choice. You took that vow, you gave your power away to someone you thought was higher, to someone you thought was going to fix everything. But no, this place is designed this way, and it is working exactly how it's designed. Exactly. So why do they want you to go vote? Why? It's to keep the illusion going, to keep the illusion of this is a free and open society and world. And the only reason why things are going wrong is because we have elected the wrong person to bring us what we want. So we'll vote someone else in, or we'll vote the opposing team in, or people will live and die within their team, so to say, never even thinking outside of it. And each team offers you different freedoms, so to say. But each team has its restrictions and has its way of locking your consciousness into a false reality, into a false monetary system, into a false governmental system, into a false moral and ethics system, into a false perception of reality, getting you to only think about human things, only think about the human animal nature and making your life more comfortable here. That's it. There is no higher order with these things. And as you're eating your popcorn and watching the game, you see that politics has devolved into two babies pooping in their diapers and throwing it at each other. And everyone just screams and laughs or is appalled that one of them's throwing poop at the other. But when the other one throws their poop at that one, they just, yes, yes, with such great delight and joy. It is like a wrestling match where you have two bozos on a fake stage with a fake script, battling it out, and you just can't not look away from it. And one may offer better solutions than the other. And you may get tricked into thinking, they're going to actually do something. They're going to actually bring more freedom to me. But no, there is no freedom while you're encaged in this body. And there is no freedom while there is some governmental entity dictating to you what is acceptable and not acceptable. So you're taking this vow by voting. And when you take that vow, you're telling yourself that something here is worth changing. Something here is worth saving. That you're going to give it away and let them figure it out for you. And it gets so deep that even when these people who have been elected by your vow don't fulfill the things that you wanted them to, you make excuses. You say, it's just hard for them to get it done. But let me ask you something. If any of us consciously aware people, let's just pretend that we could get in office, which is impossible because it is scripted. But let's just put that aside. Let's pretend that we got into office. How hard would it really be to change things? How hard would it really be to do what is right, regardless of the public opinion that they're going to force upon you? Because, like with politics, you have these political entities and corporations that want certain outcomes, and they will make sure those outcomes happen. And you will be working against pure evil the whole entire way. But using your moral compass, you know what is right. For example, all corporations who poison their food will face immediate jail time. You are given a window to replace all of the toxic ingredients with healthy, non-poisonous things. The water will stop being poisoned. Water will be freely accessible to any and everyone. But there's not enough money for all this. There's not enough money for all this. That's impossible to do. Money is a figment of your imagination. It's like monopoly money. And in the way they spend it, it can easily be done. All deception on the governmental level will cease immediately. Immediately. It's going to cause a civil war. It's going to cause a civil war. You can't do that. You have to do it in small incremental steps that take lifetimes and lifetimes. And you're not ever going to see, because it will just disrupt the world so much that it's going to cause a panic. Only weak-minded individuals would continue living in this fucked up clown show, playing by their rules. What I'm trying to say is, giving your power and authority away to clowns who are putting on a show, and you getting behind that. And even if you don't agree with everything they say, you agree with some of the things they say. So it's like, hey, it's close enough. It's the lesser of two evils. I don't think anyone should be voting when you come to this level of awareness, because it traps your consciousness into that game, into the game of humanity, and playing the part as a fool and thinking that anything is going to come of it. We are rapidly being sucked into a whirlpool of complete tyranny and control over the human mind, over the human consciousness, and over the human perception of this place. And it's been, over the years, rapidly increasing while making you think these are just mere technological freedoms that we're achieving, which in actuality, anything good, so to say, that, let's say, the devil is offering you, and the devil, by the devil, I mean this evil force. Anything good the devil offers you is a trick, is a deception. So you're thinking all this technological advancement is making life more comfortable, less miserable, while further and further entrapping your perception and your consciousness into their ideal vision of keeping you locked into this thing for as long as possible. And if there are any resets, it is fast approaching. I don't know how the resets work, but I can see throughout history, there have been many resets. And perhaps the next reset will be a more locked down control of your consciousness itself. Let's just pretend that this is an artificial reality, which I'm pretty sure it is. They're forcing you into another layer of that artificial reality. The layer within the layer. So now you're even more entrapped, more controlled. Don't give these entities any attention at all. Don't even buy into even a little bit of it. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and it's happening by design. And the design right now is to get you enthralled into the political clown show, into the political entertainment. It's all it is. It's like reality television. The worst reality television you can ever think of. The best actors are the ones who you believe are real people. And they're in all avenues of politics, in entertainment, in education, in science. All of these figureheads that they give you, you have to realize that all of these people are putting on a play for you so that you further believe in this place, so that you further give your energy into it, into wanting to change and fix and play the game of human for as long as possible. For as long as possible. Many of us don't want to play this human game anymore. So they're going to try to tease you back into the human game. Oh, these people are going to do something. These people are going to change something. Let them have this world. Let them have their silly little game of human. I no longer want this human experience. I realize that this is just a deception realm to keep you focused on the human, to keep you focused on humanity itself. you and me cannot and will not change a single thing about this reality. But the design of this reality wants you to think that you can. The design of this reality wants you to think that by going to vote, they're going to change the reality for you. But realize, all of these actors, all of these people are narcissistic, psychopathic predators. They are putting on an act. And they aren't even in control of a single thing. Not one thing. There is a higher authority above them, behind them. Are they human? I sure as hell don't think so. But let's just say they are. The ones behind them in the shadows, they may be human too, but you'll never see the actual controllers who put on this whole show, because they're genius enough to not put their face out there, to put their name out there. They hide all of their tracks. You'll never find them by design. But let's say these people are human like us. There is an authority above them that is not human, that is not of this fleshly nature, that do not have these animal desires and are not at all affected by the poisons and the toxins and the radiation and everything that they're doing to us. They are sitting outside of it with full knowledge and perception of what they're doing. And they let their minions carry it out like a trickle-down system. They let their minions put their plan into action to keep us down and enslaved, while the whole time we're cheering on these politicians. The whole time we're raving about how they're going to change and protect our freedoms, and how the other one is trying to stop it and prevent it. And it goes both ways, both ways. It wants you to be entrapped in the human perception and the human kingdom, and trying to change this world when it's a fixed, rigged game. It's all fixed. It's all rigged. So why are they trying so hard to get you to go vote when your vote means absolutely nothing? Nothing. Because they want to trick you into falling back into the game of humanity. They want to trick you into giving your power and making a vow to their God that they're going to fix something. They're going to change something. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to fight for my political candidates. And I'm going to say how everyone who's against me is wrong and bad. Just like the other one. It's just a clown show. Two clowns honking their horns. Bonk, 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 bonk. And everyone's cheering, yay, oh wow, this is such a great achievement of higher consciousness. It's such a great time to be alive. Such a great time. A lot of the normies, they see what the normal level of perception is. But for a lot of people who are quote unquote awake, there's a deeper layer behind what you see on the news and all these alternate media stories. And just like the news, all of these stories are just as fake and scripted as what you're going to see on CNN, Fox News, all of these things. It is to entrap your hunger for distraction, your hunger for justice, your hunger for righteousness, whatever you want to call it. It is, and also entrap your hunger for mindless entertainment and emotional states, emotional highs and lows. It is all to entrap you back here into this fucked up world, this fucked up game, and to distract yourself from reaching out of it, reaching up and saying, no, I'm no longer here. I don't want any of this. I see this place for what it is. I am not giving my vow to anyone here. I'm vowing to myself. I'm voting for myself. I am the one. I am the one who's going to change things for me. No one else can do that. I am casting my vote, my vow onto myself. And reaching above the murky waters of confusion, deception, lies, distortions, and abominations and sufferings of this realm. And I'm going somewhere. I'm going out of here. And they're going to try to drag me back into it with all that they can. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? Look what they're doing over here. Look what they're doing over there. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Realize what they're doing to you. They know your psychology better than you know yourself. They know what's going to hook you. They know what's going to grab you. They know what's going to bring you back down and say, oh, you check this out. Did you hear about this thing? Oh, wow. This is really something. This is really interesting. Wow, I think this is evil. Yeah, it is evil. But realize that the stories they feed you are carefully controlled and crafted on every level. So ask yourself, why do they want my vote so badly? Why do they want to lock my consciousness and my intention onto the world stage that I know is fake, that I know is scripted, that I know that they're all acting out their part in the circus of fallen consciousness? Just imagine them as clowns running around throwing pies at each other. That is the level of consciousness that they want to entrap you in. They want you to hate your neighbor. They want you to hate anyone with an opposing idea. And have you realized that a lot of the psychology that we see with people who have different opinions or ideas, it's no longer a fruitful conversation. It's no longer a conversation of, hey, let's see where we can meet and what we can learn from each other. We can disagree all we want, but having the conversation is helpful and beneficial for both of us to see our blind spots, to see where we're wrong, may be wrong or where we may be right. But they've turned us into children, where if we hear something we don't like, if we hear something that goes against what we think, we get into these tantrums and rages and are unable to communicate. We're unable to express our position and let someone else express their position and saying, hey, you know what? I disagree, but hey, thanks for telling me. I mean, you have every right to think what you think, even though I think you're wrong. Oh, you too, mister. Wow. Okay. Well, wasn't that lovely? It's just so ridiculous that they've turned us into children because we see how they act and how they go about things. And they want to entrap your consciousness onto that level. No, we're expanding past all this. And I know, I know many of us are done with the political clown show of what it is, but I'm just really curious on why they try so hard to entrap us back into it. Something I've learned is no one is coming to save you but yourself. No one is coming to change anything for the better for you. In a hypothetical situation where everything was turning around, it would only be to keep you trapped here to keep you hoping and loving and enjoying. Oh, wow, I got my freedoms back. Woohoo! No. Because the game that's being played on you is you're not free here ever. As long as you're in this body. And it dictating to you its desires. And its need for food. Its need for desiring an unquenchable fulfillment. You will never be free. But they can't even give that to us. Isn't that messed up? They can't even give us that. We have to be entrapped within a cage, within a cage, within a cage. Where everything is leading to more and more suffering. Yet the illusion of, I have more comforts now though. I can sit on my couch and eat my poison food and watch TV in an environment where I don't have to feel the heat or the cold or the wind or the rain or the bugs. Everything's a cage. And when the comforts get stripped away from you, that's when you're either forced to wake up or forced to fall into a pit of blackness and suffering. So either one, it's designed to keep you here. Everything's designed to keep you here. So if you can transcend all of these things, if you can transcend even the discomforts and saying, okay, my body is very uncomfortable. This life is very uncomfortable. But I can do something about this by realizing my potential to be higher than this. These things are not me and they're not of me. These clowns do not dictate to me reality or perception. I do not consent to any of this. Do not consent to their fake production of humans ruling other humans while thinking they're helping us. So I don't know where I'm going with this now. But I'm just sick of this human kingdom. I'm sick of its ways. I'm sick of its deceptions, its lures, its traps. Don't vote. Do not go vote. Do not give them your time. Do not give them your attention. Just outright ignore all of it. That's what's going to piss them off the most. When people stop believing in their systems and their power structure, it's a win for you. It's a loss for them. That's why they try so hard to get you roped back in. Because as long as you're looking to this world for any change, you are missing the goal. You are missing the true change that can only happen outside of here. And focusing on that goal will help you transcend more and more above this lie of a reality. Think of it like you're on a TV show. Everything is scripted. Everything's designed to be exactly what it is. Everything around you are props and things, and even your life in a way is part of that play. Disconnect from your avatar. Disconnect from who you are, who you think you are, who this life has dictated you are. And look outside of this movie set and say, hey, wait, I have an actual life. I've been in this movie way too long. I can't even tell what's real or not anymore. But I see the lights. I see the directors. I see the actors. I see the props. I'm going home. I'm walking off the movie set. You can have your fucked up movie. I ain't watching. I ain't paying. Maybe every life that's here, the eyes are some kind of camera that these entities can look in and see the movie of your life, so to say. Or there's some camera that they can access. These are just terms that I have no words for. They can see your life at any given point and feel and go through everything that you do. Everything's recorded. Everything is stockpiled to use against you when you leave here. So, of course, everything's being watched and recorded. And maybe they like to tune in and watch and get some kind of psychotic enjoyment out of all this shit. I don't know, but I'm done with this movie. I'm moving on to actual life because this is death. This is falsity. This is nothing to be proud of. This is nothing to try to save or hold on to. And that is the point behind voting. They want you to think that something here is worth saving, something here is worth changing, something here, here. We just need your vote. We need your attention. We need your perception. Because we want you stuck here. We want you entrapped in this circus. And as long as you're looking to that, you will never be able to see outside of it.